to hearing Bears fans. We had David Kaplan from ESPN 1000, our sister station, on, and he sounded like a buffoon. Did he not?
Complete idiot.
Yes.
It was ridiculous.
He said Justin Fields is the best quarterback in the division. The Bears are going to win 9 games next year and make the playoffs. And we're going to hear that in a second.
Yes.
This is the real perspective, in my opinion. That is the I'm eating all the cake and I'm happy and I want to make friends with everybody in the organization, lovey-dovey. This is a fan perspective. Barstool Big Cat on his podcast, Pardon My Take, had this to say about the Packers and Jordan Love as a Bears fan.
This is bullshit because the Packers are going to go to the playoffs. They have the rest of their schedule is Giants, Bucks, Panthers, Vikings, Bears. The Packers are going to go to the playoffs, and Jordan Love is good, and it's fucking bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. They shouldn't get away with this. It's absolute bullshit. Like Jordan Love's throwing balls that should get intercepted, and they're not getting intercepted, and he looks good, and he looks comfortable. He's doing Rodgers. The whole thing is bullshit. Nothing in life is fair. If you have to, if you're trying to teach your kids why life isn't fair, just show them Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers to Jordan Love. It's not fair. It's not fair, PFT.
Well, we're too early on the Jordan Love thing, though.
No, I think he might be good. He looks so much better than he did at the beginning of the season. He's come along, and it's bullshit.
I like this Big Cat. He's right. He's absolutely right. That's
real.
That's the reaction I want to hear from Bears. See, that's keeping it 100. I want to hear the true reaction because when I watch it, I'm a fan of the Green Bay Packers. I'm overjoyed. Bears fans are lying to themselves if they don't feel like Big Cat feels because watching Jordan Love beat you week 1, that sucked. Watching Jordan Love go 2-5, that was probably great. You're feeling good. But then watching the Green Bay Packers go 4-1 and Jordan Love beat the Kansas City Chiefs, outduel Pat Mahomes on Sunday Night Football after beating the Detroit Lions a week after you lost the lead against the Detroit Lions, watching J. Love lead that team, that's the way all Bears fans should feel right now, that for them, this is complete bull because boy, oh boy, we did it again. I'm so happy. He's right. That's the fan I want to hear. We got to get Big Cat on the show.
It's so great to hear fan reactions like that. It's so different from Kaplan, obviously, and so different from what we were hearing before the season, right? We were hearing, oh, here we go. Bears are the darling. They're going to be a dark horse for the playoffs. The Packers, goodbye to Rodgers, and we feel good about it. And look at it now. I mean, it's just unbelievable, the turnaround. The fan psychology of the Chicago Bear, right? Because Ben, you were talking about the difference in Packer fan, right? You're looking for something that's optimistic and trying to grasp something that's positive, or you can be the fan that's kind of negative because you're protecting yourself. The Bear fans, they are in such utter misery that the expression of their frustration is so fascinating, right? Some people are in clear denial. Other people are just wallowing in sorrow like Big Cat. So it's great to see. But another thing is, we talk about life not fair and how lucky are the Packers. I don't think it's luck. I think the Packers have a system by which they draft and develop and they stick to it. And that includes the quarterback position. So, I mean, look, every person that you draft in the NFL is a prospect, right? I mean, there's no surefire draft pick, right? As highly touted as they are, no one's for sure. But the Packers, they stick to their formula, and it keeps on working for them. I'm sure in 15 years, the Packers are going to draft another quarterback when Jordan Love is in his mid to late 30s, and they're going to let him sit for 3 years and do it again. The Bears, they love to blame this all on luck, but they're just pulling at straws trying to get quarterbacks. So the Packers have a system, they stick to it, and it brings them success. And you love to see it.
You really do. Cap is so confused. Meanwhile, Big Cat is living in the reality of the fact that the Packers did it again.
Well, here's the different perspective. Here's the Homer perspective. Not our Homer on 94.5 ESPN, but the Homer that is David Kaplan of our sister station, ESPN 1000.
The Bears have the best quarterback in the division.
Oh my gosh.
You sound like my damn brother, Jonathan.
You playing,
Brust.
right?
Cap, come on.
First of all, let me tell you this right now, and I want you to save this tape.
Oh, it's
just like you have
recording.
your 47-point game when I was there watching you at Mundelein High School. Just like you have that burned into your doorbell ring.
Mm-hmm.
Brust for 3, got it. Make sure you save this tape. The Bears will win minimum 9 games next year, and they're going to the playoffs.
What?
How many times do we need to hear that?
Why is it always next year? Why is it always next year?
Well, because we're not very good this year.
I mean, that's
the talent
fair.
level's gotten better, and I think we're going to get this goofy coach out of town.
Every coach is goofy. Every coach is goofy. Every GM is incompetent. At what point will you just realize the franchise is
the
just garbage?
McCaskies are the problem.
We're going to get our Craig Counsell for football this year.
All right, so Chris. For now on, let's cut the clip before he gets the Craig Counsell dig, because that's probably the only thing he's got over us.
It really is the only thing he has.
One of my favorite parts about it is like mark this clip, and he wanted it marked for like predictive purposes, but now it's just marked for embarrassing purposes.
Oh, it's exactly what the old Bears sound clip that we had of my brother before the season saying the Bears were going to win 10 games this year. Now we got minimum 9 and playoffs after. They don't have a quarterback. The Packers have their guy, and I could listen. I could listen to that big cat clip over.
It's
and
so
over
funny.
and over
Remember
again.
last week with the poll that you retweeted and Jason Wilde retweeted that Cat put out there is that which quarterback would you rather have, Jordan Love or Justin Fields? And remember,
it was 80-20 before it reached Wisconsin people. So the Illinois population thought Fields, 80%.
80-20 Fields?
This is after Monday Night Football. After that terrible game that they had on Monday Night Football.
That they almost blew a game in which their team picked off the Minnesota Vikings quarterback Josh Dobbs 4 times. It would have been the second team in NFL history to lose after 4 interceptions from the opposing quarterback.
You know what? Bears, they deserve Justin Fields. This is what they deserve. If you're going to have 80-20 people still say that Justin Fields is a better quarterback, you'd rather have him. You know what? Keep him. Enjoy it. You guys deserve the lowly basement division, or being in the basement of the division of the NFC North, because that's just crazy.
No, it's delusion. But here's the thing: as a Green Bay Packers fan, I'm excited for what the future holds, and I'm so excited not just for the Packers to be great, but the Bears continue to have fans like this, and the organization that continues to go in the way that they're going. They're never going to find success, which makes me so happy. Again, the two things that make me happy with football is the Packers winning and the Bears losing. It's a perfect world for me.
Brad, you said it. You don't think it's luck that the Packers continue to find a quarterback the way that they have. Yeah, I also don't think it's a coincidence that the Bears continue to go through the same cycle of saying they're going to be good, hiring a new GM, hiring a new coach, right? There's one consistent thing that hasn't changed, and that is their ownership.
And that's real. Listen, Herb Cole owned the Milwaukee Bucks for a very long time, and all he wanted to do was be mediocre. The team was not championship caliber. He sells the team, and within a decade, not even really 6 years, you're an NBA championship franchise. That's because you changed the culture, and that's what sometimes you have to do is change the culture of an organization, change the person in charge. It doesn't mean that the McCaskey family, it doesn't mean that they don't care about the Chicago Bears and don't want to win. It's just the culture that they are cultivating in that locker room and for that organization just does not work out. I mean, man, listen, that organization is so bad. The FBI went to research or not investigated them earlier this year.
Forgot about that.
Me too. There's been so much chaos in the NFL this season. I totally forgot about that. But you're right, ownership matters. I mean, look at what even Carolina Panthers are doing with Tepper. Like, it's another reason why I think the Packers are benefited, right? They don't have an owner to sort of mess and tinker with all this stuff, and they can be patient and they can implement the systems they want. So it's set up for long-term success, boys.
So what you're saying is the Bears need a Mark Murphy?
Yeah. No. 800-990-3776. The Packers don't even want Mark Murphy, if you're being honest, from a football perspective. Stop. You wanted his ass out of 1265, and you couldn't even say the address.
Grandpa, I thought it was time for Grandpa to go. It was time to put Grandpa away. But at the end of the day,
Put Grandpa away.
Put him down. I'm just
Dang.
I'm just kidding. But no, I honestly thought that it was time to move on from Mark Murphy. But now that I had time to reflect, I still do not give Goody. I don't apologize for anything I said about Goody. But maybe Mark had it right. Maybe we should be patient because Mark Murphy knows a little something about what he's doing.
800-990-3776 on Twitter at KBN ESPN, and I believe we are back now on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee, and you can also stream at ESPN Madison. We'll be back in 2 minutes, but first I got to tell you about the Princeton Club because I've been enjoying every second working out there at the new Berlin location in Milwaukee, and then you have 8 Madison locations, a big one on the east side, west side, the Fitchburg location, Express locations. The best part part about it is free childcare with your membership. So you can get your workout in, and they can help take care of your children while you get your work done in the club. Open 24/7, and you can find your passion because they provide something for everybody. I do personal training with my guy Maddie, so figure out what you want to get done. The best rates of the year are right now. Get those before they go up in 2024. Beat the New Year's resolutions. Join the Princeton Club for a better tomorrow. Back in 2 minutes, Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin, presented by the official beer of the NFL. Bye-bye.
They say seeing is believing, and when you see what's inside at American Place Casino, you better believe you're gonna love it. Because when it comes to amazing gaming, we're a real game changer. With the most exciting of table games like blackjack, craps, and roulette, the newest slots, a sportsbook, restaurants, bars, and more. So if you're ready for excitement, we'll see you soon. American Place Casino. Change the game.
Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER, 1-800-426-2537.
Ever wonder how the best athletes find the power to jump higher, cut quicker, skate smoother, drive farther, and stick the landing? At Prevea Orthopedics in Green Bay, we know power starts with the hips. That's why Dr. Michael Ryan and our team of experts provide comprehensive and advanced expertise in hip care, unlike anywhere else. Come to Prevea Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, where we can preserve your hips so you can pursue your goals. Prevea Orthopedics, specializing in you.
Hey, Drew Scott here, and I'm Jonathan Scott, reminding you that life's better with a home policy from American Family Insurance. They can help you get just the right protection at just the right price and help you save when you bundle home and auto. Kind of like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. It'll be just right for you. We love a custom build. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Hi, it's John Reitz from Great Midwest Bank, and as a community bank, we sincerely appreciate our customer loyalty. Over nearly 90 years, we've done all we can to return the favor. Great Midwest Bank offers flexible solutions that bigger banks and credit unions simply can't, because our entire team is right here in the community. We love helping our neighbors when we're at work and then catching up over the weekend. Visit us at greatmidwestbank.com. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
Marquette Hall of Famer Tony Smith here. You're listening to the home of Marquette basketball. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, presented by Bud Light on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Bears fans coping everywhere. Whether they're in denial about their quarterback or coming to the truth, which is Jordan Love is the guy for the Green Bay Packers, and they're still searching. It's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin, presented by the official beer of the NFL, Bud Light. We have the whole squad back. Brad Norton's back from France. Kyle Wallace here, the heartbeat of the show. Chris Larson running in. I'm Ben Brust, and you can get involved 800-990-3776 or on either YouTube stream at ESPN Milwaukee or at ESPN Madison. Now, I do want to hear from the unsportsmanlike crew on ESPN Radio. You can hear 5 to 9 on 100.5 ESPN or 5 to 7 before Jen, Gabe, and Chewy on 94.5 ESPN. Evan Cohen, Chris Canty, and Michelle Smallman had some interesting comments about the Green Bay Packers and the belief that they have and how it all ties into the saga that is one Aaron Charles Rodgers.
I am all in on the Green Bay Packers. I said it before, I'll say it again. Over the last 5 games, the Green Bay Packers have won 4 of them, and Jordan Love is 3rd in the NFL in QBR behind Brock Purdy and Dak Prescott, 2 guys that are presumptive frontrunners when it comes to MVP. That's how good Jordan Love has been. They got a top 10 scoring defense. Those guys on that side of the ball have been disruptive. We saw what they did on Sunday night against the Kansas City Chiefs. This is a team that's finding its form at the right time. And let's also remember this. Matt LaFleur, undefeated in December as the Packers head coach. They don't lose games with Matt LaFleur in December. Period, point blank. So, yeah, I am buying into the Green Bay Packers being a playoff team.
Respect it, and I want it to happen. It's not that I'm a Packers fan. I want this Jordan Love story. I want this Jordan Love story.
Well done.
Just say yes.
With
no pun intended?
No, pun intended. Pun intended. The Love story, and then Romeo, the wide receiver, Romeo Dobbs. I want this all to play itself out because what happens is in the crazy intersection of sports storylines, Packers in, Jets out, Jets controversy, Packers are quiet. Packers have a young roster moving forward that everyone's excited about. Jets have a roster and a coaching staff that CC is saying, blow it all up. Oh, baby. Yes, that gives us a fun offseason. So respect it on the Packers.
The arrow is definitely pointing up on the Packers.
That is the unsportsmanlike crew. And, Canty's starting to come along. Evan Cohen is spot on, though. Everything that ties around Aaron Rodgers, the PR campaign, and the way that it all transpired from him leaving the Green Bay Packers to the New York Jets, that honeymoon is starting to feel like it's over. There's been reports that he's mad about the media leaking stuff about the quarterbacks, and it's a mess over there. It is a mess at Green Bay East. They got rid of Adrian Amos. Aaron Rodgers tours Achilles. They bring in Dalvin Cook, and they make it the biggest storyline in the training camp show, Hard Knocks. Like, you name it, Alan Lazard, his guy. Like I said, I wish I was Aaron's buddy because he'd get paid. But he was inactive 2 weeks ago and is getting paid $40 million. It is a disaster over there. And if the Packers make the playoffs and the Jets, here's the thing. If Aaron Rodgers was playing and he played 65% of the snaps, the Packers were going to get a Jets second-round pick that turns into a first-round pick. The way the Jets are trending, it's going to be a high second-round pick regardless for the Green Bay Packers. And so if you're a Packers fan, you have to smile and say, we're potentially and likely going to make the playoffs. We are likely going to sign Jordan Love once he is eligible for an extension to a 4 to 5 year deal. We are going to have a Jets pick that is in the second round early.
Number 38.
Our own first, our own second, a third from Rasul Douglas, all while winning. Rodgers has to be coping like Big Cat as a Bears fan.
I don't think Rodgers is looking that much with envy to the Packers.
Hold on.
I do. I think that he's looking at.
That's why I love Aaron. But I love the petty Aaron that is going to be envious of what's going on.
I think if you gave him some truth serum and you basically said, like, okay, Aaron, how do you really feel about the Packers? I think he would say, yeah, there's a little bit in me that looks at it and says, I can't believe they're having this success after the season that we had in 2022. But I don't think he's saying, I wish I would rather have stayed there. I think the only thing that happened negatively with his storyline, which created these dominoes to fall, was the Achilles injuries. Do we really think that if he didn't tear his Achilles, this team wouldn't be winning the division, on track for 10-plus wins? They still have a great defense. They got a lot of playmakers, and Aaron Rodgers looked good. So
he covers up for a lot. We know that.
And that's why this trade was a good trade for both. The Jets were just starving for any sort of quarterback relevancy. That was the only hole they really needed to fill. And as you said, Bed, beautifully, they get a bunch of different draft picks. They have a young roster that they can build. It seemed like, as dramatic as it was a pretty clean, nice cut in both the directions. Now, it's working out in the end better for the Packers, but I don't think Rodgers is saying, like, I wish I was in Green Bay. Do you think that? I don't think that. I think he was hoping that if the Achilles injury wouldn't have happened, I think this team would be looking good, and they'd be in the 6 teams that are Super Bowl contenders.
Here's the thing. Just like in relationships, when you're dating somebody for a while, sometimes things get stale, and you think, maybe the grass is greener on the other side. I had somebody I used to date who may have thought the grass would be greener on the other side.
And they were right.
And no. And when we broke up, you know what happened?
She came crawling back.
She let me know, and we broke up. We came mutually broke up, but she let me know as we were both trying to live our best life that her best life might have actually been with me. She was missing out on me, but the ship has sailed. The grass was not greener on the other side for my ex, and nor is it greener on the other side for Aaron Rodgers. What Aaron Rodgers has done, he has basically taken all the drama that he built up here in Green Bay and took it out east to the New York Jets. That man is toxic, and toxicity follows him everywhere he goes. And again, I don't believe the injury, that's tough. But everything that followed, Nathaniel Hackett basically being awful, Tim Boyle getting the chance to start, and then him getting cut, that as well. Adrian Amos, as you said, getting cut. All these things happening is because Aaron Rodgers has this toxic aura about him where it continues to follow him from Green Bay and then follows him to New York. There is no coincidence that this year in Green Bay, everybody just seems happy. Everybody's celebrating. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of tension. We're not talking about what player said what in the locker room or what player called some audibling out of Matt LaFleur's play. So, yes, Aaron Rodgers is definitely that ex-girlfriend who is looking back and saying, man, the grass is definitely not greener on the other side. Any person or any team that I go to is always going to have issues. And you know what he needs to do? He needs to look in the mirror. He needs to realize maybe it's me. And I think he's getting to that point where he's realizing maybe it is me. So does
It's me. I'm the problem.
Is that Taylor Swift?
Yeah, that's Taylor.
That's nice. Last week. But no, but for real though, I think Aaron Rodgers is having that moment of like, dang, like, the Packers are doing very well without me. There's nothing else you want to see in this world to see. I mean, you might say, oh, I wish you the best. No, you don't wish somebody the best. When you have a divorce, you don't wish your ex the best. You say, I hope your life is hell from here. That's legit how people feel. And Aaron Rodgers thought
See,
the Packers
I'm
life
like
was gonna be hell.
that. I don't understand the people who are like, mutual, everything's great. Like, no, you are with each other for a reason.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not grown up enough for that. And
Me either.
And Aaron Rodgers,
we're not emotionally mature enough to wish happiness for other people.
That's why I probably related to Aaron Rodgers so well, because Aaron Rodgers really expected. He can say what he want to say publicly, but he did not expect the Packers to be in the position, a better position this year than what they were last year without him. So yes, he absolutely is looking back, thinking, boy, oh boy, I could have done some things differently. Man, I wonder if I just would have been patient, I could still be at this team. Would I still be healthy? Would I still have my boy D-Bach? Would I still be with my friends? But instead, he's part of that debacle that is happening. And guess what? Goody won. And that's what he'll have to live with. If he doesn't win a Super Bowl, Goody won. And he has to live with that. Goody won.
Well, Goody wins the Jets Packers trade. Goody wins the whole thing if Jordan Love signs the extension and this team is a perennial contender and finds their way to a Super Bowl.
It's a push if they win if the Jets win, if Aaron Rodgers win the Super Bowl.
No, it's a win.
No,
the Jets win if the Aaron Rodgers wins the Super Bowl.
Well, I mean,
because then he did it in 2 years or 3 years, and he got one in however many God knows how many years with the Green Bay Packers.
But if he wins one with the Jets and then one Super Bowl throughout Jordan Love's career, I'd say it's a push.
It is a push. If the Packers win the Super Bowl and also Aaron Rodgers does, it's a push. But guess what, fellas? It's not trending in that direction, and Aaron Rodgers knows it. Joe Douglas knows it, and the New York Jets fans know it too. They thought it was going to be so sweet when they got Aaron Rodgers, and now they're realizing, again, Aaron got hurt, but now they're realizing, boy, oh boy, he comes with some extra curricular activities.
There's no doubt that the Packers and Rodgers, and aging Rodgers, was a bad match, and it was right for them to get divorced and go in a separate way. But don't you think this all stems back to Aaron Rodgers' health? That was the domino that fell. Once as you remove that from the equation, any sort of glue, any sort of...
Who's to say that wouldn't have happened if he was here?
Because winning cures all. And I think you can win with him on that team.
I'm saying, like, tears his Achilles here. If nothing happens and they don't trade him,
you know how much drama that would have been. He tears his Achilles. He's out for the season. Jordan Love comes in and plays, and he plays well. That means Aaron Rodgers would have lost his starting position to Jordan Love. A future Hall of Famer would have lost his position because of an injury, which is very, very tough to swallow for a lot of starters. But you're talking about one of the greatest of all time. That would have definitely been great, great theater here in Wisconsin.
So what if Rodgers comes back next year healthy and the Jets are good? Is there any chance that
Super Bowl? It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter if they're good. It's Super Bowl or it's not
Super
a win.
Bowl or it didn't.
No, he didn't leave here. He didn't leave Green Bay just to go play for another team and play football games. He
didn't believe in Goody and the structure and the way that they were building a team around him. And if it's Super Bowl or Goody wins, especially if Jordan Love, you can even make the argument that no matter what, if Jordan Love is the guy moving forward, that Goody wins regardless.
For sure. I would say that. I mean, if he's the guy, well, a Rodgers Super Bowl would sure make a push possible.
But think about how crazy that seems right now, like you don't go from turmoil to Super Bowl champion. It doesn't work like that. You know what I mean? Like where the Jets are today, you don't go from where they're at to Super Bowl next year. That doesn't work.
Not at all, because now, again, as you said,
turnarounds happen.
No, but when you have turmoil the way that they have, and it's not, again, Aaron Rodgers is an excellent quarterback, but as a leader, it just seems like some things aren't there. That team has some issues that aren't going to be cured in one offseason. That defense can be spectacular, and they can still be good, but I don't think they will have what it takes in order to win a Super Bowl. I mean, this year was a year supposed to be a building year, and next year is supposed to be a championship year.
On YouTube, at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison, Six-Pack Abs chimes in. Rodgers will have to outcompete Zach Wilson in training camp. Hot damn. I mean, they're both crying, doing a lot of crying right now. Zach Wilson apparently doesn't want to be the starter because he's scared of getting hurt. And you know what? I don't blame him.
Wait, scared of getting hurt about what? What do you mean? Scared of getting hurt? Why?
The offensive line stinks.
Oh, stop it!
These are the reports.
I did see that. That was
wait
shocking.
a minute. So he's decided the number 2 overall pick 3 years ago in 2021-22 is deciding that he does not want to play trash the way he plays, because he doesn't want to get hurt. Is that what
it might be better for him if he gets hurt, to be honest?
I know.
That sounds horrible, but you know what I'm saying. Like he's that bad that he have a better excuse to not play if he actually can't play.
Listen, that is Gen Z at his finest.
I will say real quick with the offensive line, that's a hard thing to fix quickly. That takes time to fix. I don't think they're going to have that fixed in Aaron Rodgers' time in the Jets.
So how confident are you, Brad Nortman, in your Hear Brad Out? It's been a while.
I like my Hear Brad Out. I like it. I think you guys are going to be behind it too.
Has there ever been a time that he didn't respond saying,
I don't know. I felt a little extra energy on that.
Yeah, I mean, I did it. No, I didn't do it last Wednesday. So this one's been percolating for like 2 weeks.
800-990-3776. Stay tuned. Coming up next, Brad Nortman. We hear him out. What's on his mind? Kyle and I will let him know if it's any good or not. Trust me, we keep him accountable. Coming up next.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
I nailed it, though. I said she didn't go to the back of the bus.
Yeah.
Said, I ain't moving.
Yeah, you right.
I'm not leaving.
Well,
I'm not bleeping leaving.
No, you right.
Presented by Bud Light on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
We've got a pretty good ride for the most part. The heaviest stuff is going to be on southbound 43 coming in from Silver Spring, pretty much all the way down to North Avenue. A 21-minute ride there from Brown Deer Road into downtown. That is an extra 10. Little heavy westbound 94 from about 35th Street to Mitchell Boulevard, and southbound 41, a couple of pockets of heavy traffic basically from Silver Spring to Hampton and then just south of Capitol Drive. Traffic is brought to you by Capco Kids to Kids Toy Drive. For a fun family activity, visit or volunteer on December 9th. For more information, visit kidstokids.toydrive.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, partly cloudy and breezy, a low of 35. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, breezy, and mild, a high of 50. Weather is brought to you by National Liquor Mart at 16th and National in Milwaukee, packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirit deals in town. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Incomplete! No flag! Packers win! There's life in Green Bay.
I'm not putting a limit on what we can do. I really think we're just getting better and better every week.
You start winning some games and people start gunning for you now.
A playoff push is back on tap after a statement win.
The Green Bay Packers are now 6-6, and they got people believing in this team.
Nobody's going to want to face this team when they get to the playoffs.
We are your home to talk all things green and gold. 94.5 ESPN.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hi, this is Wayne Larrabee, the voice of Green Bay football. You know, fans count on me to make the right call every time, and I can continue to do that thanks to Summit Eye Care of Wisconsin. When my vision began to drift, my eye doctor said Summit Eye Care was the best place to go. Using the latest adjustable implants, the doctors at Summit were able to fine-tune my vision. In fact, my vision is now the best it's ever been. Summit Eye Care was the right call to help me see all the action on game days.
To schedule an appointment at one of their locations, visit summitiwi.com.
Men's wedding bands made from whiskey barrels and meteorites.
Welcome to Kessler's.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde, and I have the perfect gift idea for you. A custom holiday gift box filled with all your Kringle favorites from Racine Danish Kringles. Or you could also try the new Holiday Stick Sampler Pack featuring Winter Wonderland, Mary Berry, Gingerbread, and Santa's Cinnaberry. It's stick size and a great way to try all the favorite flavors of the season. So go to Kringle.com to order or call them at 800-4DANISH. Racine Danish Kringles. It's not just a treat, it's a tradition.
Get to and from every home game in Green Bay this football season safely. Milwaukee Brat House, Jack's American Pub, and Wanakee Golf Course all offer transportation on game days. They've got bus services with private restrooms and all-you-can-drink packages. Book your round-trip ride from any of these locations and get complimentary access to an all-you-can-eat and drink tailgate at the bar on Holmgren Way. Make your reservations now. There's still room for the December 17th game. Visit MilwaukeeBratHouse.com to book your trip today and use code ESPN23 for 10% off.
The next disaster is coming. Make a plan. Keep extra medication on hand. Make copies of important documents. Stay informed and be ready. Learn more at americares.org/sendusin.
For general contest rules, visit ESPNWisconsinContest.com.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Got more ice than a skating rink. Think I need my mink. Gotta bundle up. Take my chain. Watch the news next week. You can see that bodies turning up. Popping this Molly got me grinding at night. Got some porcelain teeth and I f***ed them up. I was 18 with a pound of weed. I was bagging up dimes at the
Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin, presented by the official beer of the NFL, Bud Light. I'm excited for this because we haven't heard one in a while, and one of my favorite things to do is channel my inner Greg Scalzo, my former co-host, and pick on Brad a little bit. Now, I only do it when necessary. When I feel like, if you have a good hear Brad out, I'll keep it real. I'll be like, I love that. But if it's Brad Nortman that's packing 14 days before vacation, I'm going to say you're a crazy person.
Well, hey, now, I didn't forget anything after packing 14 days in advance, so I get some credit.
Guess what? I don't forget stuff when I pack 20 minutes before.
Oh, come on.
So how does
And guess what? If you forget something, you can always buy it wherever you go.
How does packing coming back work?
Like unpacking?
No, like pack. Don't you got to pack your clothes back up when you come back to America?
Oh, yeah, basically.
No, he packs the day he gets to his vacation.
Wait. So like
Oh, no.
Open, like if you imagine open your luggage.
No.
It is organized by day.
Oh my God! Are you kidding me?
What's wrong with you?
Are you for real? You just not. Like you just
it goes
know.
like workout outfit.
Are they in bags with labels?
Day 2. No, it's just known. And then you bring like multiple laundry bags so you could like separate them easily when you get home. You're like, okay, this is like underwear, this is like colors. So it's a pack
always like